This is Optimal Finance Daily, episode 1400. Is your financial plan too complicated? By Scott Spann with financialfinesse.com. And I'm your host and personal finance enthusiast, Diana Merriam. Welcome to the 1400th episode of Optimal Finance Daily, an extra special one as this is my 100th show as the host. And to celebrate the milestone, I'll have a little special something at the end of this episode. A sneak peek into how this show gets made. And if you're new here, this is where I read to you from the best personal finance blogs on the web, with the author's permission, of course. For now, let's get right to it and start optimizing your life. Is your financial plan too complicated? By Scott Spann with financialfinesse.com. I'm a big fan of the KISS principle when it comes to having a written financial plan. No, I don't mean the Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons version of KISS, although I'm a big fan of Rockin' Brews every time I'm out in El Segundo, California. I mean, keep it simple, stupid, or keep it simple, smarty pants if the word stupid is deemed offensive in your household. Financial planning is simply the process of aligning your financial resources with your most important goals in life. Everyone needs at least a basic plan, regardless of their net worth situation or the season of life. The financial services industry is supposedly here to help, but too many sales professionals are still pushing a product instead of a genuine plan, and things can seem overly complicated in the world of complex financial jargon. So what are the ingredients of a genuine financial plan? Is it a written document trying to figure out your entire financial life 20 to 30 years from now, filled with colorful charts and financial projections? A book that I recently read does an excellent job of breaking down the financial planning process into what really matters. Most importantly, it simplifies this process into a one-page financial plan that focuses on results rather than an overly complicated to-do list that has a low likelihood of success. Carl Richards' book, The One-Page Financial Plan, A Simple Way to Be Smart About Your Money, provides an effective reminder of just how essential it is to keep your money and values aligned. The best place to start your financial plan is to answer the why question. Richards starts his one-page plan with a question at the top. Why is money important to you? Other important starter questions include, why have I been so anxious about money lately? And just why do I work so hard anyway? If you don't take time to dive deeper and figure out why planning matters, your financial plan will lack purpose and meaning. After you have thoughtfully identified the why behind the plan, identify your most important financial goals and put them in writing. The top 3 is a good place to start. Then go ahead and make a list of at least 3 specific things you must do to reach these goals. My wife and I sat down and agreed that our deepest held values relate to faith, family, and fun experiences. That is why our family's financial plan includes saving for short-term goals like funding upcoming vacations while our kids are still young and still think we're pretty cool parents. We try to prepare for our transition to financial independence, which we define as being completely mortgage debt-free and having enough passive income to meet our lifestyle goals. Also, we make sure we have a formal giving strategy and designates how we plan on sharing time, talents, and financial resources with our church and community organizations. The final goal is to fund the majority of our children's future college education costs, although we have set limits on how much we will cover and expect them to contribute in some capacity. Take time to assess your net worth. I'll spare you the whole net worth does not equal self-worth discussion for another day, but this is a necessary step in every financial plan. The net worth statement is a simple way to put all of your assets and liabilities in writing. Some of those line items can be empowering, like seeing credit card balances approach 0, while others can be frustrating, like high student loan balances. Every item tells some kind of financial story, and knowing this backstory can help you focus your priorities going forward based on those past experiences. The budgeting process doesn't have to be frustrating. An effective spending plan doesn't have to be perfect because perfection is a myth in the world of budgeting. You just need to make sure your spending aligns with everything on your list of important goals and remain flexible. That is, roll with the punches. A good advisor will help you avoid making any mistakes. I see examples of this every day, such as taking out too big of a mortgage, speculative investing, and unreasonable student loan amounts. Finding a trusted professional can be an important part of staying on track with a plan, but it can be hard to resist the urge to just hire someone to make all the decisions for you. Instead, find someone that will provide necessary checks and balances for your own decision-making. Seek advisors who are transparent about fees and expenses, open about potential conflicts of interest, and will diagnose before prescribing a solution. Carl Richards does an excellent job of demonstrating that a genuinely effective plan be summarized by a simple one-page action plan. The message to take action and just make enough smart decisions without overcomplicating things is a refreshing take on the process of planning for your financial future. Everybody needs a plan, and you can have one with just one page, a Sharpie pen, and 15 minutes of your time. You just listened to the post titled, "Is Your Financial Plan Too Complicated?" by Scott Spann with financialfinesse.com. And now, I'm sure you know how the cryptocurrency world can be confusing. But crypto assets could be the best opportunity to build generational wealth since the discovery of oil. Bitcoin has been one of the best performing assets of 2020. So how do you get involved? Check out BitTrust IRA, a great way to diversify your portfolio with new innovative investments. BitTrust IRA helps you add cryptocurrency to your portfolio, both seamlessly and securely. And it's super secure. BitTrust IRA stores your private keys in nuclear bunkers with military-grade encryption. It's easy to use. They have a 24/7 trading platform with no minimum investments and unlimited trades, plus a team to help guide you along the way if you have any questions, and with the lowest trading fees in the industry. Go to bitrustira.com/OFD today to learn more. And for a limited time, BitTrust IRA is waiving the sign-up fee for OFD listeners, a $50 value. That's bitrustira.com/OFD. BITTRUST IRA.com/OFD. And I have that linked in this episode's description. I totally agree with Scott here that a simple financial plan is not only possible, but also preferred. You might not have a clear vision of what you want your life to look like 30 years in the future, but that doesn't mean that you can't come up with a solid financial plan. It's safe to assume that you're gonna need some money to do the things you want to do in life. Most people's financial goals are going to be some combination of getting out of debt, saving for retirement, whether early or traditional retirement, shorter-term goals like buying a house or paying for a child's education, and maybe even some travel or entrepreneurial pursuits. A why certainly matters, but your why can shift and change over time. And I'd encourage you to not put too much pressure on yourself if your why isn't clear right now. Simply knowing that a solid financial foundation will provide you with the resources you need to do whatever you want might be enough at this moment. My why is simply options. I want options, and I don't want to worry about money. I want to be able to navigate the challenges life throws at me as well as seize opportunities that present themselves. I never want to feel trapped in my circumstances, and I know that financial security opens up more options. But that should do it for today and the 1400th episode of Optimal Finance Daily. Thank you for your continued support and being here every day for all 1400 episodes, 100 episodes, 1 episode, and everything in between. We so appreciate you spending time with us every day and the incredible authors who contribute to this show. Stay tuned for an extra minute to hear a little behind the scenes, and I'll be back with more posts for you tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits. An extra special one, as this is my 100th. Although I'm a big fan of rock and brews every time I'm out in El Segundo, California. El Segundo? Segundo? Everyone needs a little. That's not what it says, actually. I'm a big fan of. The financial services industry is supposedly here to help, but too many sales professionals. This is a long sentence. The financial services industry is supposedly here to help, but too many sales professionals are still pushing a product instead of a genuine plan, and things can seem overly complicated. Blah, blah, blah. Is it a written document trying to figure out your entitled? That's not a word. A book that I recently read that's not what it said. My wife and I sat down and agreed that our deepest held. That's why our family's financial plan includes saving for short-term goals like funding That is why our family's financial plan includes saving for short-term goals like funding upcoming. It's upcoming. Upcoming. Very common word. We try to prepare. That was a very kind of squeaky. Still squeaky. We try to prepare for our transition to financial. This is not flowing. We try to prepare for our transition to financial independence, which we define being completely. It should be, okay, he's missing a word. It should be which we define as. We try to prepare for our transition to financial. Why is this sentence so hard? Okay, we're trying again. I try to say the sentence. The net worth statement is a simple way to pull out all of your assets and, nope, not pull, it's put. The next, it's not the right word. The net worth statement is a simple way, let's do this again. The net worth statement is a simple way to put, it's put, very common word. The message to take action and just make enough smart decisions without overcomplicating things is a refreshing take on a process. Nope, on the process. Short-term goals like buying a house or paying for a child's education and maybe some, okay, I wrote this. Why can't I read it? And maybe even some travel or entrepreneurial pursuits. Let's try this again. Simply knowing that and that's not what I wrote. I want to be able to navigate the challenges. Life. What? This is Optimal Finance Daily episode. We try, still squeaky.